This is the case of David and Janice Hunter, a British couple who moved about 20 years ago or so out to Paphos in Cyprus for their retirement. David Hunter had been a miner, a very popular figure in the mining community, and then moved out to Cyprus to enjoy his retirement with his wife. Then Janice caught blood cancer. And she was 74 at the time of her death, and the death, of course, is the focus of this trial, because as she became progressively more unwell, more incapable of living a fulfilling life, David Hunter says that his wife begged him to end her life, and that he subsequently did that in 2021 by using his hands to asphyxiate her. He says he then tried to take an overdose to kill himself, but that he was saved by medics. Now, he was put on trial in Cyprus on a charge of premeditated murder, and he's been in prison on remand for the past, well, over a year and a half now. We now know that he has been convicted not of murder, but of manslaughter, and that attracts a sentence, well, it has attracted a sentence that's just been announced of 2 years. Now, the fact that he's already been in detention for 19 months means that although he's got this sentence, he is very likely to be released next month, or I should say in the coming 18 days. August the 18th is, we are told,
Adam,
the latest he can be released.
Sorry to interrupt you, but just as you're actually speaking, we've just had that updated. He's actually just been released from custody because the Cypriot prison authorities have officially calculated his release date, his legal team have said. So he is now out. What happens now? Yeah,
so, well, the calculation there was that he had to be out by August the 18th, but he could have been released early because of good behaviour. Clearly, that is what has happened here. So he will be released. Cyprus, as I said, has been his home for the past 20 years. But this is a man who has said that he is absolutely heartbroken by the death of his wife. They've been together for over half a century, so pretty much all of his adult life has been spent either living with that lady there, Janice, or dealing with the aftermath of the death of his wife, which of course he was responsible for. So he is now going to have to rebuild his life. I think Cypriot justice will reflect probably on how this worked out, on the basis that they didn't really provide much evidence that he had premeditated murdered his wife. They said, well, she had been living a form of life, she'd had her hair cut, she hadn't left a note. But I think most observers felt that David Hunter cut a figure of a man who was utterly distraught. So his home is there in Cyprus. Clearly he has family back in Britain, originally from Northumberland. I think the question now is exactly how does David Hunter come to terms with what has happened, and what sort of life does he now build for himself?
Such a sad story. Adam, thanks very much.